Have you ever wondered why nearly 9 out of 10 Americans over 60 are unknowingly sabotaging their muscles every single day? What if I told you the so-called best protein that everyone relies on is actually keeping you weaker with every passing year? And here's the twist: there are 7 simple foods, cheaper than your morning coffee, that can rebuild strength even if you're in your 80s. Hi, I'm Dr. Nana, and today I'm going to show you the shocking truth about muscle loss and how you can fight back. Before I reveal these muscle-saving foods, let me introduce you to Margaret, a 74-year-old from Phoenix. Just 6 months ago, she struggled to climb a single flight of stairs. Today, she's hiking with her grandchildren, smiling with more energy than she had at 65. Her secret? She gave up her expensive egg breakfast and discovered the 7 foods I'm about to share. Now, let me ask you, what's your biggest fear about aging and losing muscle? Drop it in the comments. I read them all and respond personally. Because here's the real question: why do some seniors remain strong and independent, while others grow frail even when they think they're eating healthy? The truth is not what the food industry wants you to know. And it's definitely not something most doctors were taught in medical school. By the end of this video, you'll understand why eggs might be holding you back, and you'll learn about the 7 foods that cost less than eggs yet build far more muscle even at 80. So, if you want to protect your strength and independence, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon. I share new muscle-saving secrets every single week, secrets most doctors don't even talk about. And after 25 years studying nutrition, I can tell you this: one of the biggest nutrition myths in America is quietly stealing muscle from millions of seniors. Just last week, I met Robert, an 82-year-old retired carpenter. He told me, "Doctor, I've been eating 3 eggs every morning for a decade, but I keep getting weaker." After reviewing his diet, I found he was missing 7 key foods, the very same foods I'll reveal to you today. And wait until you hear about food number 4. It's something most people throw away, yet it's more powerful than any supplement on the shelf. For decades, we've been told eggs are the ultimate protein. But what if I told you there are foods that cost less, work better, and actually restore your muscles at any age, even into your 70s and 80 seconds? Here's the truth most people never hear. After 60, your muscles develop something called anabolic resistance. That means the same protein that built your muscles when you were younger doesn't work the same way anymore. Your body needs the right nutrients in the right combinations to overcome this resistance. And eggs alone simply can't give you everything you need. That's why today, I'll show you 7 foods, simple, affordable, found in any grocery store, that rebuild muscle naturally. When combined correctly, they form a powerful system that rivals anything the supplement industry can sell you. And the best part, each one costs less per serving than eggs. So, let's dive in. Our first muscle-building superstar might already be in your fridge. It's humble, it's simple, and it's far more powerful than most people realize: plain Greek yogurt. Check your kitchen right now. Do you have it? Comment yes or no below. But remember, I'm talking about plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt, not the sugary flavored kinds. In the last part, we uncovered how something as simple as plain Greek yogurt could be a true game changer for seniors trying to hold on to their strength. Now, let's go a little deeper, because what might look like an ordinary food in your fridge is actually a carefully designed tool for muscle health. You might be thinking right now, yogurt? Really? And I get it. For many people, yogurt just seems like a snack or maybe a breakfast add-on. But plain Greek yogurt is built differently. It's almost as if nature created it with senior muscle support in mind. Let's start with the most obvious benefit: protein. A single cup of Greek yogurt contains about 20 grams of complete protein. To put that into perspective, that's nearly the same amount you'd get from a 3-ounce serving of chicken breast. And unlike many foods that just give you a single type of protein, Greek yogurt offers 2 powerful kinds: whey and casein. Here's why that matters. Whey protein is fast absorbing. Imagine it like a quick spark that lights a fire. It sends amino acids rushing into your bloodstream right after you eat, feeding your muscles exactly when they need it most. But here's where Greek yogurt beats your standard whey protein shake. Alongside whey, it also provides casein protein. Casein digests slowly, releasing a steady stream of amino acids for hours. Think of it as the slow-burning log that keeps your fire glowing long after the initial spark fades. For seniors, this is especially powerful. Why? Because many older adults don't eat protein evenly across the day. You might have a light breakfast, a bigger lunch, and then dinner. But that long gap between meals often leaves your muscles starved. Having Greek yogurt in the morning, for instance, can keep the process of muscle protein synthesis, the building and repairing of muscle tissue, running well into the afternoon. But the benefits don't stop with protein quantity or timing. Greek yogurt is also a rich source of leucine, a critical amino acid for seniors. Research shows older adults need around 3 grams of leucine per meal to truly trigger muscle growth. A single cup of Greek yogurt gives you roughly 2.5 grams. That makes it one of the very best natural sources you can add to your diet without relying on powders or expensive supplements. Now, here's something that often gets overlooked: its impact on gut health. Greek yogurt is packed with probiotics, those beneficial bacteria that help balance your gut microbiome. And you might be asking yourself, what does gut health have to do with my muscles? The answer is everything. A healthy gut doesn't just help digestion. It determines how well your body absorbs nutrients, regulates inflammation, and even affects the way your muscles respond to protein. Poor gut health, which is unfortunately common in older adults, can lead to chronic low-grade inflammation. That inflammation interferes directly with your body's ability to build and maintain muscle. By improving gut health, the probiotics in Greek yogurt essentially upgrade your body's entire nutrient processing system. That means the protein you eat, the vitamins from your vegetables, even the minerals from your water, they're all better absorbed and better used. Let me give you a real-life example. Linda, a 68-year-old from Seattle, decided to swap out her morning toast for a cup of plain Greek yogurt. At first, she thought it was just a small change, but within 8 weeks, she noticed something remarkable. She could carry her groceries upstairs without losing her breath, something she hadn't been able to do in years. I felt like I had my strength back, she told me. Sometimes it's these simple changes that make the biggest difference. Now, let's talk about cost. Because here's another myth. People assume eating for muscle health means spending more. But that's not true. A large container of plain Greek yogurt usually costs between $4 and $6, and it gives you about 5 servings. That breaks down to around $1 per serving, and in that single dollar, you get 20 grams of high-quality protein, leucine, probiotics, and long-lasting amino acid delivery. Compare that to a protein bar that might cost $3, or protein powders that can run you $20 or more per pound, and you'll see why Greek yogurt is such an incredible bargain. And here's a pro tip. If you want to get the maximum muscle-building effect, eat Greek yogurt after physical activity. It doesn't have to be an intense workout. Even a short walk around the block, light gardening, or stretching counts. Your muscles are most receptive to protein in the hours after activity, and the unique combination of fast and slow proteins in Greek yogurt makes it the ideal choice during this recovery window. So, yes, Greek yogurt may look simple, but inside every cup, it's delivering a perfect balance of nutrients designed to fight muscle loss as you age. Affordable, effective, and easy to find in any grocery store, it truly is a muscle-building superstar. But Greek yogurt is only the beginning. Because the next food on our list surprises almost everyone I talk to. In fact, it often makes people wrinkle their noses at first. It's something many of you may have ignored in the grocery aisle your whole life, or maybe even been too hesitant to try. Yet, it's cheaper than chicken, more nutrient-dense than most multivitamins, and one of the most underrated muscle foods on the planet. I'm talking about canned sardines. Before I explain why sardines deserve a place on your plate, I want to know, have you ever actually tried them? Be honest. Drop a comment below. I love seeing how many of you are willing to step out of your comfort zone when it comes to food. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button. It helps me reach more seniors who need this kind of life-changing information. Now, let me paint a picture for you. One small can of sardines costing only about $2 contains 23 grams of complete protein. That's already impressive, but the protein is just the start of the story. Sardines are also one of the richest natural sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. Most people think of omega-3s in terms of heart health or brain function. But here's what doesn't get enough attention. Omega-3s also play a direct role in muscle health. Research has shown they can actually enhance the muscle-building response to protein. How? By making your muscle cells more sensitive to the anabolic signals that amino acids send. It's like turning up the volume on your body's muscle-building machinery. Your muscles hear the signal louder and respond more strongly. And that's just the beginning of what sardines can do. But before we dive deeper into their benefits, I want you to sit with this thought. What if a food you've avoided your whole life could actually be the secret to rebuilding the strength you thought you'd lost forever? That's where we'll pick up next. In the following section, we'll uncover exactly why sardines might be the most underrated superfood for seniors, and how adding them to your diet could transform the way your body builds muscle. In the last section, we saw how sardines bring something far beyond protein: omega-3s, vitamin D, calcium, and even CoQ10, all working together to fight inflammation and keep aging muscles alive with energy. Now, let's look closer at why these little fish are such a quiet powerhouse for seniors. For older adults dealing with anabolic resistance, omega-3 fatty acids from sardines are particularly important. They don't just make your muscle cells more responsive to protein, they also help reduce inflammation throughout the body. And that matters more than you might think. Chronic low-grade inflammation, which so many seniors live with every day, quietly blocks the muscle-building process. By lowering inflammation, sardines set the stage for muscles to actually grow, repair, and function the way they're supposed to. But omega-3s are only part of the story. Sardines also bring something rare to the table. Vitamin D. One small can gives you about 40% of your daily needs. That's huge, considering studies show up to 75% of older adults are deficient. And what happens when you're low in vitamin D? Muscle weakness, balance issues, and a much higher risk of falls. Adequate vitamin D helps your muscles contract properly and fuels the production of proteins needed to keep them strong. Seniors with healthy vitamin D levels consistently test stronger and steadier than those who don't get enough. Even more impressive, getting vitamin D from food, like sardines, is often more effective than relying only on pills. Why? Because in real food, vitamin D comes packaged with other nutrients that help your body use it more efficiently. And then there's calcium. Eat sardines with the bones, which is exactly how they come in cans, and you'll get about 35% of your daily calcium needs. Most people think calcium is only for bones, but muscles rely on it just as much. Without enough calcium, your muscles simply can't contract properly, no matter how much protein you're eating. There's another bonus too: CoQ10. This coenzyme naturally declines with age, and it's absolutely essential for energy production inside your muscle cells. Picture it like the spark plug in an engine. Without it, your muscles can't efficiently turn nutrients into usable energy. The result? Fatigue, slower recovery, and shrinking strength. Sardines quietly restore some of that spark. Do you remember Margaret from the beginning of our story? Greek yogurt gave her a jump start, but sardines were her true game changer. She began eating just half a can twice a week. Within a month, she noticed her afternoons were no longer weighed down by exhaustion. "I went from needing naps every day to having energy all afternoon," she said. Sometimes the smallest shift can transform your daily life. Of course, we can't ignore the elephant in the room: the taste. Many people wrinkle their noses at sardines, usually because they've never actually tried them or they had a bad first experience decades ago. But today, canned sardines come in all kinds of preparations, packed in water, in olive oil, in tomato sauce, even with lemon or hot peppers. The key is finding the style you enjoy. Now let's talk affordability. Ounce for ounce, sardines deliver more complete protein and more critical nutrients than almost any other common food: chicken, beef, even eggs. And they cost about $2 per can. If you tried to buy the same nutrients in supplement form, you'd spend 10 times as much. That makes sardines not just a muscle-building food, but a budget-friendly insurance policy for your health. Still, if sardines feel intimidating, don't worry. Because the next food on our list is something far more familiar, something you probably already have in your pantry. And it's about to challenge everything you thought you knew about plant protein. So let me ask, are you currently spending money every month on protein powders, bars, or supplements? Comment below, how much do you spend? You might be shocked when you compare it to the simple, affordable food I'm about to reveal. Our third muscle-building champion is the humble lentil. Yes, those little legumes that often sit unnoticed on the shelf for less than $2 a pound. Some of you might be thinking, but Dr. Nana, isn't that plant protein? Don't I need animal protein to build real muscle? Let's clear that up right now. 1 cup of cooked lentils provides 18 grams of protein. True, lentils are lower in the amino acid methionine, which means their protein isn't technically complete on its own. But here's the good news. Your body is smarter than old-school nutrition charts made it seem. You don't have to combine foods at the exact same meal. As long as you eat a variety of foods throughout your day, your body will gather and piece together the amino acids it needs to create complete proteins. And here's where lentils really shine. Beyond protein, they are incredibly rich in folate, providing about 90% of your daily needs in just one cup. Folate is essential for protein metabolism and for producing red blood cells, which carry oxygen to your muscles. Without it, your body can't use protein efficiently, no matter how much you eat. So yes, lentils might look ordinary, but for seniors looking to save money, protect their health, and rebuild strength, they're nothing short of extraordinary. And that's where we'll pick up next. Because on the following page, we're going to explore exactly how lentils and other plant-based proteins fit into a diet for seniors and why they might just be the missing piece in your muscle-building puzzle. In the last section, we saw how lentils prove that plant protein isn't just an afterthought, it's a real powerhouse when it comes to senior strength. Now let's dive deeper into why these humble little legumes are so extraordinary. Many older adults are deficient in folate, and that deficiency can mean weakness, slower recovery, and lower energy. Lentils fill that gap beautifully, but they also deliver something even more remarkable: resistant starch. Unlike regular starch, resistant starch behaves more like fiber inside your body. And for seniors, that matters in a big way. Why? Because resistant starch helps improve insulin sensitivity. As we age, many of us develop some level of insulin resistance, which makes it harder for our bodies to respond to insulin, the hormone that carries nutrients, including amino acids, into muscle cells. Without good insulin sensitivity, your muscles can't effectively take in the protein you eat. It's like leaving the delivery truck outside the door but never unloading the boxes. Resistant starch helps reverse this, opening the door so your muscles actually receive what they need to grow and repair. That's not the only benefit. Lentils also provide about 37% of your daily iron needs per cup. Iron is often overlooked, but it's essential for muscle performance. Without it, your body can't make enough myoglobin, the protein that carries oxygen inside muscle tissue. And without oxygen, your muscles fatigue quickly, leaving you weak and drained. Unfortunately, iron deficiency is surprisingly common in older adults, which is why lentils make such an important addition to the diet. Then there's magnesium. 1 cup of lentils provides around 18% of your daily needs. Magnesium supports more than 300 reactions in the body, including muscle contraction and protein synthesis. Seniors with higher magnesium intake consistently show better strength and are less likely to experience the typical age-related decline in muscle mass. Add that to lentils' fiber content, about 16 grams per cup, and you've got another tool for stable energy. Fiber helps regulate blood sugar, preventing those spikes and crashes that interfere with muscle protein synthesis. And by feeding your beneficial gut bacteria, it strengthens the gut-muscle connection we're only now beginning to fully understand. Let me share a story. James, a 71-year-old veteran, was spending $80 a month on protein powders. When I introduced him to lentils, he cut his supplement bill by 90% while actually increasing his daily protein intake. 6 months later, his muscle mass had improved more than it had in the previous 5 years. Sometimes the smartest investment isn't in shiny powders, it's in simple foods that have been there all along. From a practical standpoint, lentils are almost unbeatable. Unlike other dried beans, they don't require soaking and cook in just 20 to 30 minutes. Red lentils soften even faster, becoming creamy in about 15 minutes. You can batch cook them, keep them in the refrigerator for up to 5 days, and add them to soups, salads, or use them as a hearty side dish. They're versatile, filling, and easy to enjoy. And then there's the cost factor, which is almost unbelievable. A single pound of dried lentils costs about $2 and yields around 6 cups cooked. That's 6 generous servings, each one delivering 18 grams of protein, plus folate, magnesium, iron, resistant starch, and fiber for about 33 cents per serving. You won't find another food that delivers so much muscle-supporting nutrition at such a low price. So if you've been relying on expensive supplements that never quite deliver, remember this: lentils can do the job better, at a fraction of the cost. Bookmark this video, or share it with someone who needs to know they'll thank you for it. But now, let's turn to something very different. Food number 4 takes us back to the dairy aisle, but it's not what most people expect. And here's the twist: the timing of when you eat it can literally change how your muscles rebuild overnight. Before I reveal this next food, I want to ask you for a quick favor. Share this video with at least one person. you know who's worried about getting weaker with age. You might not realize it, but that simple act could help them keep their independence. Our fourth muscle-building champion is none other than cottage cheese, a food quietly making its way back into American kitchens for very good reason. And here's what may surprise you. What you eat before bed is just as important as what you eat first thing in the morning. Cottage cheese might be the perfect bedtime food for older adults who want to build muscle while they sleep. 1 cup provides about 25 grams of protein, but it's the type of protein that makes it special. Like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese is rich in casein, but it contains an even higher percentage of this slow-digesting protein. Why does that matter so much for seniors? Because one of the biggest challenges of aging is that we often eat fewer meals or lighter dinners. That means your muscles can go 4 hours overnight without the fuel they need. Casein changes that. It creates what researchers call sustained aminoacidemia, a steady supply of amino acids circulating in your blood for hours at a time. And there's no better moment for that supply than during sleep, when your body is doing most of its repair and rebuilding work. Cottage cheese essentially provides your muscles with the raw materials they need, exactly when they need them most. And we're only beginning to uncover the fascinating benefits that make cottage cheese one of the most underrated tools in senior nutrition. In the last section, we saw how cottage cheese worked as a perfect bedtime protein, slowly fueling your muscles through the night. But its benefits go beyond casein. It delivers other nutrients that seniors often overlook. One of the most important is glutamine. Cottage cheese is exceptionally rich in this amino acid, which makes up nearly 60% of skeletal muscle tissue. As we age or during illness and stress, glutamine levels naturally fall. When that happens, muscle wasting can set in, and your immune system also weakens. By replenishing glutamine, cottage cheese supports not just muscle strength, but also immunity. And for seniors, strong immunity means fewer setbacks, quicker recoveries, and more freedom to stay active. What about sodium? Some people see it as a drawback, but for active older adults, the moderate sodium in cottage cheese can actually help. Sodium assists with hydration and nutrient transport into cells. Many seniors, especially those on blood pressure medication or those who avoid processed foods, end up with sodium levels that are too low. That can mean fatigue, weakness, and poor muscle function. In this case, cottage cheese helps maintain electrolyte balance that your muscles depend on. There's another mineral hidden inside this simple food: selenium. Selenium acts as a powerful antioxidant and supports thyroid function. And your thyroid plays a central role in metabolism, including how efficiently your body processes protein. Subtle thyroid issues are common with age, and they often show up as muscle weakness or unexplained fatigue. By supplying selenium, cottage cheese helps keep the thyroid in balance, protecting both energy and muscle health. Best of all, cottage cheese is versatile. You can eat it sweet with fruit, pair it savory with vegetables, blend it into smoothies for an extra protein boost, or use it as a base for healthier dressings and dips. Its mild flavor makes it easy to fold into meals without overpowering other ingredients. And here's the affordability factor. A large container costs about $3 to $4 and provides for servings. That's less than $1 per serving for 25 grams of high-quality protein, plus glutamine, selenium, and more. Few foods give that much value for so little. But if you think cottage cheese is impressive, just wait until you see our next muscle-building food. This one is something most people consider nothing more than a snack, yet it contains a mineral so vital that deficiencies are directly tied to muscle loss in seniors across America. Before I reveal it, I'd love to know what's the strangest healthy food you've ever tried. Share it in the comments. You might be surprised by how unusual some answers are. Now, let's turn to pumpkin seeds, our fifth muscle-building champion. These small green seeds may look ordinary, but they're loaded with nutrients in ways most expensive supplements can't match. And here's the shocking part. Up to 75% of seniors are deficient in one of the most important minerals. Pumpkin seeds provide zinc. Just a single ounce of pumpkin seeds, a small handful, offers 9 grams of protein. That's good, but the real magic lies in their zinc content. That same ounce provides about 20% of your daily needs. Why is zinc so critical? It's essential for protein synthesis and cell division, the basic processes of muscle repair and growth. It's also required for testosterone production, and yes, that matters for both men and women. Adequate testosterone helps preserve muscle mass, energy, and recovery. Without it, muscle maintenance becomes an uphill battle. Zinc deficiency is common among older adults, partly because absorption declines with age, and partly because many medications interfere with it. The zinc in pumpkin seeds is highly bioavailable, meaning your body can actually use it effectively. But zinc isn't the only benefit. Pumpkin seeds are also one of the richest natural sources of magnesium. Just 1 ounce gives you about 40% of your daily needs. Remember when we talked about magnesium with lentils? Pumpkin seeds take it even further. Magnesium is crucial for muscle contraction and relaxation. Without it, cramps, weakness, and poor recovery follow. Many seniors experience nighttime leg cramps, which are often a direct sign of magnesium deficiency. A regular handful of pumpkin seeds can help prevent that and restore smoother muscle function. Pumpkin seeds also contain arginine, an amino acid your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide improves blood flow, delivering oxygen and nutrients to your muscles more efficiently. As circulation naturally slows with age, this becomes especially valuable. Better blood flow means faster recovery, less fatigue, and stronger performance. And let's not forget, pumpkin seeds even contribute plant-based omega-3 fatty acids. These come in the form of ALA, which isn't as potent as the EPA and DHA found in fish, but still provides meaningful anti-inflammatory benefits. Combined with the marine omega-3s from sardines, pumpkin seeds help create a balanced anti-inflammatory foundation for senior health. So the next time you're reaching for a snack, remember this: a small handful of pumpkin seeds isn't just tasty. It's a compact, affordable powerhouse of protein, zinc, magnesium, arginine, and omega-3s nutrients your muscles crave as you age. And this is just the beginning. Because food number 6 may be even more surprising. It's a muscle builder hidden in plain sight, and it's something you may already enjoy every day without realizing its full potential. In the last section, we saw how pumpkin seeds delivered protein, zinc, magnesium, and even circulation-boosting compounds. But their power doesn't stop there. They're also rich in protective antioxidants. Pumpkin seeds contain vitamin E and carotenoids, both of which shield your muscle cells from oxidative damage. This kind of damage accelerates with age, eating away at strength and accelerating muscle loss. By adding these protective compounds, pumpkin seeds not only preserve the muscle you already have, but also support new growth. It's like giving your body a shield and a builder at the same time. If you're starting to realize how many key nutrients might be missing from your own diet, take a moment, hit the like button, and subscribe for more eye-opening nutrition strategies. These simple steps can make all the difference for your independence. And from a practical standpoint, pumpkin seeds are almost effortless to use. You can sprinkle them on salads, stir them into oatmeal, mix them into yogurt, or toss them into a smoothie. Of course, you can also just grab a handful for a quick snack. Roasted pumpkin seeds in particular make an excellent swap for chips or crackers. Unlike processed snacks that cause blood sugar crashes, pumpkin seeds give you protein, healthy fats, and minerals, nutrients that satisfy your hunger while protecting your muscles. But now it's time to move on. Food number 6 is going to challenge nearly everything you've heard about carbohydrates and muscle building. Many people, especially older adults, have been told to avoid carbs to stay healthy. But here's the surprising truth: your muscles may actually be craving the right kind of carbohydrate. Quick question: do you believe carbs are bad for muscle health? Comment below. I want to know your thoughts, because your answer may change after hearing this. Our 6th muscle-building food is quinoa. Technically, quinoa isn't a grain at all, it's a seed. And yet, it has the power to completely reshape how you think about carbohydrates and muscle health. Here's the common misconception. Many believe that protein alone is enough for muscle growth. But that's not how the body works, especially as you age. Yes, protein is essential, but carbohydrates play a crucial supporting role. When you eat carbs, your body releases insulin, a hormone that helps shuttle amino acids into muscle cells. Without carbs, a large portion of the protein you eat won't even make it to where it's needed. This is where quinoa shines. A single cup of cooked quinoa provides 8 grams of complete protein, which is impressive for a plant food. But more importantly, it delivers complex carbohydrates that release energy slowly. These steady carbs prevent blood sugar spikes while still providing the insulin response your muscles rely on to absorb and use protein effectively. Pair quinoa with other protein sources, and you amplify their impact. But that's not the only reason quinoa is special. Unlike most plant-based foods, quinoa contains all 9 essential amino acids, making it a true complete protein. It's especially rich in lysine, which is rare in plant foods. Lysine is critical for protein synthesis and also supports the production of carnitine, a compound that helps your muscles convert fatty acids into energy. In other words, quinoa helps your muscles not only build, but also fuel themselves. Quinoa also provides about 30% of your daily manganese needs per cup. Manganese supports bone and connective tissue health and plays a role in breaking down amino acids and carbohydrates. Without enough manganese, your body can't properly use the protein or energy you consume, making it harder to maintain strong muscles. Fiber is another advantage. Each cup of quinoa contains about 5 grams of fiber, which stabilizes blood sugar, improves insulin sensitivity, and supports gut health. And as we've already learned, a healthier gut means better nutrient absorption and less inflammation, both of which are essential for protecting muscle strength in older adults. Here's a fascinating detail. Quinoa contains compounds known as ecdysteroids. These are plant-based compounds that may have mild anabolic effects, meaning they could help promote muscle growth. The research is still early, but the evidence is promising, especially for seniors fighting age-related muscle decline. So while quinoa might look like just another grain on the shelf, it's anything but ordinary. It's a complete protein, a slow-burning carbohydrate, a source of unique compounds, and a versatile food that can fit into breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And this is only the beginning of its story, because in the next section, we'll explore even more of quinoa's hidden strengths and why it deserves a permanent place in your diet as one of the most reliable muscle-building foods for seniors. In the last section, we discovered how quinoa breaks the old myth that carbs are the enemy. With its complete protein, steady complex carbs, and unique compounds, quinoa proves that the right carbohydrates can actually fuel muscle growth. But quinoa has even more to offer. It's also rich in iron and B vitamins, particularly folate and vitamin B6. These nutrients are essential for producing energy and creating red blood cells, which deliver oxygen to your muscles. Without them, fatigue and weak performance become everyday struggles. Unfortunately, many seniors are deficient in B vitamins, which explains why so many feel drained even when they're eating healthy. Quinoa helps close that gap. From a practical perspective, quinoa couldn't be easier. It cooks in just about 15 minutes, similar to rice, but the nutritional return is far greater. Make a big batch at the beginning of the week, store it in the refrigerator for up to 5 days, and use it as the foundation for multiple meals. Its mild, slightly nutty flavor works beautifully in both savory and sweet dishes, whether mixed with vegetables, added to soups, or even paired with fruit for breakfast. And what about cost? The good news is quinoa has become much more affordable over the years. A pound typically costs between $4 and $6, and yields about 6 cups cooked. That means each cup complete protein, steady carbs, and crucial micronutrients comes out to roughly $1 per serving. Yes, it's more expensive than rice, but when you compare the nutritional value, it's an investment in your strength, mobility, and independence. But if quinoa impressed you, brace yourself, because our 7th and final muscle-building food is the most controversial of them all. Some people believe it should be restricted, others dismiss it because of its name, but the truth is it may be the single most powerful muscle food on this entire list. Before I reveal it, let me ask, are you ready to completely rethink how you fuel your body? If so, drop a ready in the comments below. That final food is hemp seeds. Now, before you worry, yes, they're completely legal, and no, they contain zero thick. Hemp seeds, also called hemp hearts, are tiny but mighty. In just 3 tablespoons, they provide 10 grams of complete protein, all essential amino acids included, in excellent proportions. What makes hemp seeds truly stand out for seniors is their unique balance of protein, healthy fats, and minerals. They have an almost perfect omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of 3:1. This balance is rare and important. Most Western diets are overloaded with omega-6 fats and lacking in omega-3s, which drives chronic inflammation. That inflammation, in turn, slows muscle repair and accelerates muscle loss. Hemp seeds restore balance naturally. But there's more. Hemp seeds are packed with arginine, even more than pumpkin seeds. As we've already discussed, arginine converts into nitric oxide, which improves blood flow. Better circulation means nutrients and oxygen reach your muscles more efficiently, while waste products are cleared away faster. For seniors, this means stronger muscles, quicker recovery, and better stamina. They're also one of the few foods containing gamma-linolenic acid (GLA), a special omega-6 fatty acid with anti-inflammatory effects. GLA helps support hormone balance and reduces inflammatory markers that increase with age, two of the biggest factors driving muscle decline in older adults. And then there's the mineral content. Just 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds provide about 50% of your daily phosphorus and 45% of your daily magnesium. Phosphorus works with calcium to strengthen bones and teeth, but it also plays a vital role in storing and using energy within your muscle cells. Without enough phosphorus, your muscles can't perform at their best. Pair that with magnesium's role in muscle contraction and relaxation, and you have a nutritional duo that keeps your muscles both strong and functional. Hemp seeds also contain all 20 amino acids, including the 9 essential ones your body can't make. They're particularly rich in methionine and cysteine, sulfur-based amino acids that support glutathione production. Glutathione is your body's master antioxidant, protecting against oxidative stress that breaks down muscle tissue. And because glutathione naturally declines with age, hemp seeds help fill a gap that becomes more and more important over time. Digestibility is another area where hemp seeds shine. Your body can use about 95% of the protein they provide, making them one of the most efficient plant-based proteins you can eat. That's especially valuable because many other protein sources become harder to digest with age. Hemp seeds, by contrast, are gentle on the stomach and easily absorbed. And from a practical standpoint, they're almost unbeatable. No soaking, no cooking, no grinding. You can simply sprinkle them on oatmeal, yogurt, or salads. Toss them into a smoothie. Eat them by the spoonful if you like. They don't go rancid as quickly as flax seeds, and they don't require special preparation. Their mild, nutty flavor blends easily with whatever you're eating. Best of all, hemp seeds provide steady, lasting energy without causing blood sugar spikes. For seniors looking to protect muscle and maintain consistent vitality throughout the day, that's a major advantage. So, as surprising as it may sound, hemp seeds may just be the single most powerful food on this entire list. Tiny, affordable, and packed with nutrients designed to protect and rebuild muscle as you age. And that brings us to the final stretch of our journey. On the next page, we'll tie everything together: 7 foods, 1 powerful strategy, and show you how to turn these discoveries into a daily plan that keeps your muscles strong for life. In the last section, we uncovered the power of hemp seeds, their balance of protein, healthy fats, and fiber, their rich store of minerals, and their ability to stabilize blood sugar while fueling your muscles with steady energy. That unique combination makes them one of the most powerful foods on this entire list. Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. We've gone through all 7 foods: Greek yogurt, sardines, lentils, cottage cheese, pumpkin seeds, quinoa, and hemp seeds. Each one carries its own special role, but together they form a strategy that can truly transform your health. The question is, how do you take this knowledge and turn it into real results? Here's the system I share with my patients, the exact approach that worked for Margaret, Robert, James, and Linda. These 7 foods aren't just random choices. They're carefully selected to cover the needs of aging muscles at every point of the day. Timing matters. Your muscles are most receptive to nutrients right after physical activity. That activity doesn't have to mean lifting weights or running marathons. It can be as simple as a walk around the block, light gardening, or climbing stairs. Within an hour of moving your body, aim to include one of these foods. That's when your muscles are primed to absorb amino acids and start repairing themselves. Morning example: start your day with Greek yogurt topped with pumpkin seeds and maybe a spoonful of hemp seeds. In less than 2 minutes, you'll have a meal that combines fast-absorbing whey, slow-releasing casein, anti-inflammatory omega-3s, and key minerals like magnesium and zinc. That's not just breakfast, it's a signal to your body that today you're building, not breaking down. Midday fuel. For lunch, a bowl of lentil soup enriched with quinoa gives you sustained energy and a complete amino acid profile. The lentils bring resistant starch, iron, and folate. The quinoa delivers steady carbohydrates and all 9 essential amino acids. Together, they keep your muscles supplied with nutrients well into the afternoon. Afternoon recovery. As the day wears on, a simple snack can keep your strength steady. A serving of cottage cheese with a handful of pumpkin seeds delivers slow-releasing protein and the minerals that guard against cramps and fatigue. This is especially helpful if you've been active earlier in the day. Dinner power. Imagine finishing your day with sardines over a bed of quinoa, alongside a side of lentils. At first glance, it might seem unusual, but nutritionally it's a masterpiece. You're getting complete protein, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, calcium, magnesium, and more, all working together to protect muscle tissue and restore energy. Overnight repair. Finally, before bed, give your muscles what they need most: a small serving of cottage cheese or Greek yogurt sprinkled with hemp seeds. Remember, your body does the majority of its repair work while you sleep. By providing casein and glutamine-rich protein, plus healthy fats and antioxidants, you're essentially giving your muscles a full toolkit for overnight construction. If this sounds like a lot, don't worry. You don't need all 7 foods every day. Instead, aim for 3 to 4, rotated across the week. That keeps your meals interesting while ensuring you cover all nutrient bases. Now let's talk about how much protein you actually need. Seniors require more protein than younger adults. Research shows that older adults need about 1 to 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight daily. For someone weighing 150 pounds, that's 68 to 82 grams of protein every single day. But here's the key: it's not just about the total. You need to distribute protein evenly across your meals. For seniors, it takes about 20 to 30 grams of protein in one sitting to fully stimulate muscle protein synthesis. That's why each meal should aim for that range. These 7 foods make it easy. 1 cup of Greek yogurt, about 20 grams. A cup of lentils with a sprinkle of hemp seeds, over 20 grams. Cottage cheese, 25 grams in a single serving. Sardines, 23 grams in a small can. By mixing and matching, you can hit your protein targets without supplements or expensive powders. And don't forget about hydration. Muscles are roughly 75% water, and even mild dehydration interferes with their ability to contract and recover. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water daily, more if you live in a hot climate or are active. Sometimes simply drinking enough water can mean the difference between feeling sluggish and feeling strong. Remember Margaret? Just 6 months ago, she could barely climb a flight of stairs. Today, she's hiking with her grandchildren, enjoying the freedom she thought she had lost forever. What changed? Not expensive pills, not complicated routines. Just these 7 affordable, accessible foods that cost less than her old egg breakfast but gave her more strength, more energy, and more independence. And here's the truth that should give you hope: your muscles are never too old to respond. Research proves that even people in their 90s can build muscle when given the right nutrition. Age doesn't erase your body's ability to grow stronger. The only thing that stands in the way is waiting too long to start. Every day you delay is another day of muscle lost. But every day you begin, even if it's today, your body starts moving back towards strength. So, let me ask you, if this video opened your eyes to what's possible, will you take action? Here's what I need from you. 1. Like this video to let me know you're committed to protecting your health. 2. Subscribe to Senior Health Boost for weekly science-backed strategies most doctors don't even talk about. 3. Share this video with someone you care about. You might just give them the gift of independence, energy, and a longer, stronger life. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is really about. It's not only about muscle mass. It's about freedom. It's about walking without fear of falling. It's about carrying groceries, traveling, playing with grandchildren, and living with confidence. So here it is: 7 affordable, powerful foods that can keep you strong well into your 70s, 80 seconds, and beyond. Greek yogurt, sardines, lentils, cottage cheese, pumpkin seeds, quinoa, and hemp seeds. Each one chosen not only for protein, but for the unique way it addresses the challenges of aging. And the best part, together, they cost less than a single restaurant meal. Yet they hold the power to protect your independence, your vitality, and your future. I'm Dr. Nana, and I want to thank you for joining me on this journey. Remember, your best years don't have to be behind you. With the right nutrition, your strongest years can still be ahead. So take the first step today. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and share Senior Health Boost so we can continue building this community of strong, thriving seniors together. Stay healthy, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.